How do? Andrew here for another episode of Q and Andrew. So today's question is, what do you hope NX will be? Ooh. Not what do I think NX will be, something I've addressed before and I think I've talked about on the podcast, but what do I hope it will be? What do I want it to be? I like that question. Well, for those of you who don't know, NX is the Nintendo NX. It's its next gaming platform. We really don't know much about it other than it's the code name, possibly even the final name, maybe they'll go with that, for Nintendo's next gaming platform. Will it be a console? Will it be a handheld? Will it be a hybrid of the two? Will it be that whole quality of life thing? Will it be a headset? Will it be something we have not yet imagined? Who knows? We don't know. Nintendo said it wouldn't talk about it until 2016, so that leaves us to speculate in the interim. So, what do I hope the NX will be? Well, I hope that it is a game console, a home console like the N64, GameCube, Wii U. I want to sit on my couch and play games on my TV. I don't want a handheld. I'm just a console gamer. I prefer playing games on... I don't like handhelds. I like the games on handhelds, but whenever there's a game, I'm like, I wish it were on console. I'm that guy. So I want a home gaming console, and I want it to be attractive to third parties. I want a home console where I can play all the awesome first-party games and all of the awesome third-party games. You know, like every other console gamer gets to do, console owner gets to do. If you are an Xbox fan, you have access to all of Microsoft's first-party titles and all of the cool third-party titles. And all of the crappy ones, too. If you are a PlayStation fan, you have access to all of Sony's first-party titles and all of the third-party titles. If you're a Nintendo fanboy, you have access to all of Nintendo's awesome, unparalleled first-party titles. And almost none of the third-party titles. The ones we do get are almost always inferior to the versions that appear on other consoles. So I want the NX to be a home console that has all of Nintendo's awesome first-party games and all of the third-party games on it. That would be groovy. I don't mind a hybrid system. In fact, some of the things I hope for are that whole unified account system that everyone wants. I don't want to buy the same game over and over. I don't think I should have to buy the same game on two different platforms. If I buy game X on the console, and it's available and able to be played on the handheld, I should be able to just play the damn thing on the handheld. Crazy, right? As far as a hybrid system goes, as long as the console... I'm a little hesitant about that. I don't mind it under the following conditions. Well, one condition, broadly, that it's not handicapped in any way by being a hybrid console. And what I mean by that is, I don't want the visual display capabilities of the console handicapped to necessitate handheld functionality. Like if the Wii U could only display 3DS level graphics because all of the games had to run on the 3DS, something like that. I also do not want the controller's ergonomics to be handicapped by the need for it to be portable. That being the idea that the controller is also a handheld that you take with you. I don't want the controller to, like, be a 3DS. Oh, I can... Hang on a second. There it is. Hang on. Ugh. Show and tell. Okay. I hope that the right analog stick and the buttons are in the opposite location on the next controller. You know, like it should be. Like it should be. Of course, I want the left analog stick and the plus pad to be in this position. You know, like it should be. Anyway. That's something I've had a problem with Sony's controllers for years. Their damn thumbstick, the left thumbstick is in the wrong spot, says I. I mean, if you play only fighters, that works really well, and fighters and puzzle games and stuff, but most games, I think where your thumb naturally lays is where the left analog stick should be, and where the right action buttons should be. My left thumb, for most games, is going to be operating the analog stick. So the analog stick should be in the home position. I shouldn't have to reach down here for the analog stick. Likewise, my right thumb are naturally going to be using the right action buttons, so they should be in the home position. I should not have to reach down for the action buttons. Which is not to say that that's a deal breaker. It makes games unplayable. I mean, I adapt to Sony's controllers fine. I use the Wii U gamepad fine. If you want more specifics, I think the NX should be at least as powerful as the PS4 and the Xbox One. If it's less powerful or too architecturally or programmatically different from the PS4 and Xbox One, we're going to have a lot of the same problems with third parties. It's going to be an uphill battle in the first place, just due to this stigma that nobody buys third-party games on Wii U or Nintendo platforms. And, well, they're right. No one buys games that aren't available, and no one buys inferior versions of games. So, fanboy. I don't think the NX should be significantly more powerful, like a full generation ahead of the PS4 and Xbox One, because then I think we might have the same problem in the opposite direction. The NX is going to come out, as all new consoles do, with an install base of 0. At that point, whether it's the fall of 2016 or the fall of 2017, whenever the hell this thing comes out, I've had some people ask. I don't think any early... I think fall 2016 at the earliest, and probably not until fall 2017, but that's going to depend a lot on the next year. So, we'll see. What the hell was I saying? There's going to be an edit here because I'd completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. If the NX is significantly more powerful, right? So it's going to have an install base of 0. The PS4 and Xbox One are going to have install bases in the tens of millions. So third parties are going to want to continue to develop them. So you're either going to get games that are held back by the requirements of the Xbox One and the PS4, being in this hypothetical example less powerful, or companies aren't going to bother. They're just going to say, well, we're going to cater to the, at that point, say 40, 50 million people who have a PS4 and an Xbox One, rather than try and build an audience on the Wii U, which just historically had problems with third-party games. So I think Nintendo should simultaneously try and compete with the PS4 and the Xbox One in their league, at their weight class, however you want to phrase it, and hope for another generation that was as long as the 360 and PS4 generation, but still expecting the NX generation to be really short. Because say when the NX comes out, the PS4 and the Xbox One are only on the market for another 3, maybe 4 years before their successors debut. Well, like the Wii U, 4 years is a short time. Maybe it'll end up being 5 if it goes to 2017. But Nintendo's going to want to have a successor to the NX to come out the same year as the PS4 and Xbox One successors, or the next year at the latest. So depending on how long the generation lasts, depending on when the NX comes out, Nintendo could be looking at the NX as only a 4-year console that's really there to rebuild those third-party relationships and make Nintendo hardware viable again. So, but really, at the end of the day, I just want the sticks and buttons in the right spot. I don't want my console, I want a console. I don't want it handicapped by the requirements of a handheld. Although I don't have a problem with hybrid stuff. I like a lot of those ideas. I like unified accounts. I like buying a game and having it available on both places. All that stuff is great. And I want a console where I can enjoy all the games. I want me.